Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us on North Metro TV News. I'm Mike Johnson, sitting in today for Rusty Ray. First up today, voters in the Anoka Hennepin School District will decide 3 questions that could impact school budgets over the next 10 years. Here's a look at what these levies would do and what it means for taxes.
Good evening and welcome to Blaine High School as we are talking about the 2021 operating levy.
At a series of public meetings, in mailings to taxpayers, and in online videos, Anoka Hennepin is working hard to get information about levy questions into the hands of voters.
We want to make sure that people are informed and they have the chance to go out and vote if they want to maintain that level of programming.
Those voters will decide whether to renew an operating levy that was passed almost a decade ago. Since it would continue an existing tax for 10 more years, the district says it has no tax impact, but it does make up a big chunk of the district's budget.
It's 9.3% of our budget, and that covers all parts of our district, everything from kindergarten to 12th grade and beyond, every classroom teachers, support staff, clerical, custodial. It's 10% of our budget.
If it passes, programs will be maintained. If it fails, the district says $34 million would have to be cut.
That would be significant. It's almost 400 employees that we would be cutting.
Superintendent David Law says the district is taking this to the voters in time to try again next year if it fails. If that happens, items to be cut would be clearly identified.
Once we go through next year, if it doesn't pass, the cuts go in place. And so this is critical enough to our operation and how we provide or what we provide that we want to give people 18 months to go through the process, 2 runs, because it would be significant. Our entire program will look very different if question 1 doesn't pass.
Question 2 would also renew an existing levy, this one for classroom technology. Again, no tax impact since it extends an existing levy. It would raise about $44 million over 10 years for computers, broadband infrastructure, and enhanced audio in classrooms.
Every teacher wears a microphone in their classroom so that everywhere in the classroom kids can hear the teacher, and that's fairly innovative, something that we're one of the few districts in the state that has provided that access for students. And
question 3 is a new levy that responds to community polling about growing needs for academic and mental health support. It would add about $140 in taxes on a $300,000 home.
Question 3 is the opportunity to address the things our community said, hey, you could do a little better in these areas. And really our board, their commitment was, well, if the community wants these things, we'll give them a chance to vote on them.
Early voting is already underway. Elections officials say voting was slow but steady in the first few weeks, but is expected to pick up again as Election Day gets closer. One thing voters should know is that polling places may have changed for this election, and you can find out where your polling place is by going to the Anoka Hennepin Schools website.